And tell me that doesn't look like the most delicious thing you've ever had in your entire life. Don't them look like the best rolls you've ever had? They're so good, we've already dug into them. Stick around and I'll show you how to make them. Okay, we're gonna start by blooming our yeast, but I normally measure everything, but I'm going to actually convert it from grams to whatever the other measurement is called, so that way you don't have to. You're welcome in advance. 197 grams of water, or 3/4 of a cup. Remember, you want warm water. 53 grams of honey roughly is about 3.5 to 4 tablespoons of honey. And for active dry yeast, we're gonna do 2.5 teaspoons. Give that a whisk to incorporate those ingredients until you've got your soapy, dishy looking pond water. Cover and let that rest for like 10 minutes. That yeast is bloomed. You're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter. I don't know how this ended up looking. This is just softened room temperature butter that's been out for a couple days. I want you to do 1.25 teaspoons of salt. 1 egg. And then 3 full cups of flour. 420 grams. And my man loves me, so I don't have to mix this by hand, sorry. If you're using a stand mixer, I would just let it go for a couple minutes until it's well combined and kneaded. If you're doing it by hand, you'll need to dump your dough out onto a counter and give it a good hand knead for like 10 minutes. Your dough ball should end up tacky, but not like sticky to your fingers. I am just going to cover this with some plastic wrap, and I'm gonna let it sit out in my kitchen. It's about 70 degrees in here. If your house is cold, I'd do it somewhere warmer. I'm just gonna let this sit out for the next like 90 minutes. It should well over double. I'm gonna start by oiling this pan. I just don't have butter laid out, but you could just use butter for this. I'm just going to take some olive oil, and then I'm gonna rub it around with my hand. That's a big dough, girl. So take her out of there, plop her on the counter. As you're taking it out, it probably deflated a lot, which is totally fine. I don't typically measure these out. I just kind of eyeball it. If you wanted to, probably about 90 to 100 grams per roll. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it in half, and then I'm gonna keep pinwheeling myself around. Once I have 8 pieces, I'll take each individual one. I will fold the seams over so that I make almost like this little upside down dumpling shape. Smack it on the table. Take my hand over the top of it, almost in like a C motion, right? And I'm gonna just work this around. Some might call this a candy cane, some might not call it a candy cane. I don't really care what you call it. Just make little circles until the surface tension of your roll is nice and tight but not ripping. Then you're just gonna place it right into your greased baking dish. I forgot to say that once you have nice surface tension on